smoke while I told you guys my story. So great smoke, guys. If you are a cigar smoker, I would definitely try one of these Victor Sinclairs, these 55 Imperials. Um, Great tasting. This one was like perfectly wrapped. It's not too tight, not too loose, so it's a great pull. Even burn, other than the parts that I burnt with the lighter. But great smoke, guys. Gotta make sure I'm not talking to you guys with tobacco in my teeth, because I have done that before. But on to my story. I wanted to tell you guys my story of Tara. I did have her at 16. I was in high school when I had her. I was a sophomore in high school when I ended up getting pregnant, and it was a shock to me, but it was also a shock to like my friends and family, because I was such a nerd in school that everybody was shocked, like, oh my god, Crystal was having sex, like, oh my god, she's pregnant. And yeah, I ended up finding out I was pregnant when I was 16. Had her October of 2002, and I was still 16. I had turned 17 that January, turning into 2003. I was turning 17, and I'm gonna put some pictures here so you guys. I'm put them on one of these sides, probably this side. Put a picture here of, Tara was about a month old or so in this picture, and then I'll post a couple while I'm talking too, so you guys can see some pictures of baby Tara and young Crystal. I just turned 30 this past Monday, the 11th, so it's been a long time. She is my one and only physical child that I've had. I haven't physically had any more children. I do have my wonderful stepdaughter Brittany, which is Mark's daughter, and her amazing daughter Aaliyah, my granddaughter. And yeah, like, it was such a surprise when I found out I was pregnant. It was one of those things where I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I was pregnant. But I was one of the individuals that got so sick during the beginning of my pregnancy. Like, I was sick for like 3 months straight. Like, I ended up losing like 50 pounds. I got so small because the morning sickness was like all day sickness for me, and I was so sick. And that was one of the things that kind of like triggered my mom to be like, we're gonna go to the doctor, because I was literally like living off crackers and Sprite. And sorry I keep looking that way. My dog jumped up on a pile of clothes and she's laying down. But yeah, like that triggered my mom to be like, okay, let's go to the doctor. Did a pregnancy test, came back that I was pregnant. And it was just like a whirlwind from there. Like, one of the things that during my first ultrasound I made the doctor ask was, do you see two heartbeats? Because I'm a twin, so I was like, that was the first thing that I wanted to know. It's like, if am I having twins? And it ended up just being one. And like, throughout my pregnancy, like, I had a really good pregnancy other than the beginning. Like, it wasn't very painful. I didn't gain a lot of weight throughout my pregnancy. Like, I started feeling her kick and stuff, and I ended up telling my brothers when I ended up getting my first, like, where you can get the ultrasound, where you first get your ultrasound papers. And that's when I ended up telling my brothers, and my twin brother actually cried. Like, he cried when he found out I was pregnant, because like, I showed him a little ultrasound paper and he's like, who's pregnant? And I was like, me, you're gonna have a niece or a nephew. And he was just in shock, and when it came time to finding out what Tara was, if she was a boy or a girl, she had her legs closed, like crossed and tucked, so they could not see at all what she was. So I did not find out what she was until I ended up having her. And it's my belly, I swear, it got no bigger than like a basketball. Like, my belly was small. I was small. I'm only 5'1", so you could just imagine how tall I was at 16. I probably was 4 foot something, so I was really small. Don't want my cigar to go out, guys. Yeah, so I was really small, and I had a lot of support. Like, my dad was one of those people, like, he was very sad when he found out I was pregnant, because I was his baby girl, you know, I was the baby, and, you know, like, out of the girls, and, you know, so he was in shock when he found out I was pregnant and stuff, but until I had her, you know, everybody was just like, you know, I can't believe you're having a baby, and, it was, you know, it was crazy. It was crazy, you know, like, and I think it goes with everybody else who had kids, you know, at a young age and stuff. And then, you know, it came time to going into labor with her. I went into labor like 1 o'clock in the morning, really, really extremely bad contractions. Ended up going to the hospital. My twin brother was so mad that he couldn't come with me to the hospital, but he had to stay back with our little brother. And, ended up going to the hospital. Come to find out, Tara was stuck in my pelvic bone, so that was what was making my contractions even worse, because she was trying to push down, but she was pushing down on my pelvic bone. And then so they were like, you know, well, let's, you know, go ahead and pop your pop your water, because my water hadn't broke yet. And once they popped my water, they saw meconium, which is, for people who don't know, it's when the baby uses the bathroom in the amniotic sac, you know, in the fluid. So you have the, you know, her her bowel, you know, in her, I was gonna say fetus, her feces in, you know, in the amniotic water, and she was, you know, consuming it. So, you know, that's really bad, especially for a baby's lungs, to consume their bowel. So they had to hurry up and get her out. But since she was stuck, I had to have an emergency C-section. So, you know, I was only able to have one person in there. So I was like, you know, I want my mom in there. So, you know, every young kid, you know, I want my mom, you know. So I had my mom come in there, and, you know, they kept telling my mom to sit down, don't look over the sheet, you know, that they put over your stomach, so you can't see them cutting you open and stuff. And she was like, it doesn't disgust me, you know, she's looking over and stuff. And, you know, as soon as they pulled Tara out, my mom was like, it's a girl, it's a girl. Tara was only like 6 pounds, 7 ounces. She was really small. She was like, you know, 18 or 19 inches long. And I ended up having her at 7:47. So my from the point of when I went into labor till having her was less than 8 hours. So I was blessed on that part, you know, but it was a struggle, you know, being pregnant at 16. I was a single parent, you know, ended up dropping out of school, and I eventually went back and got my, you know, HSED, which is the high school equivalency diploma. You know, I'm currently in college, as you guys know. So, you know, yeah, you know, I'm starting off back late into the college years. You know, like I said, I just turned 30, but, you know, I didn't let having her at 16 stop me. And, you know, if any of you young mothers are watching this, and you've, you know, had to drop out of school, or don't have the support to allow you to go to school or go to college, you know, don't let it stop you. There's a lot of state assistance that can help you, which I had gotten, you know, being a young mother, that really helped me to allow me to be able to go back to school and stuff like that. So, you know, don't let it deter you. You know, like, I just wanted to share my story, because, you know, a lot of people think that Tara's my sister, you know, and I mean, that's a compliment to me, but, you know, I'm like, no, she's my daughter. Like, you're not old enough to have her, you know. And I'm like, that's because I had her at 16, you know. So it's just a story I wanted to tell you guys, and, you know, I hope you enjoyed the story. Let me know if you guys want any other story times, or, you know, like, if you guys want me to talk about anything specific, please leave it down in the comments. And yeah, like I said before, go check out my girl's channel. I'll leave all of her information down in the description, so you can go check out her channel, and show her some love. But thanks you guys so much for watching, and like I said, if you want to see more of these, let me know. Thumbs up the video, guys. And if you're new to my channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. And for all my cigar smokers, make sure you go and check out the cigar. It's one of my favorites, on my, you know, I'll say it was on my top 10 favorites of cigars. So definitely go try these out for you cigar smokers, and you have an awesome rest of your week. I know it's Monday that you guys are watching this, so have an awesome rest of your week, guys, and I will see you on Wednesday. You guys will know what's posted, so you gotta stay subscribed and keep on the lookout for what I post, you guys. So have an awesome day. Deuces.